Malachi Moreno, one of the best bigs, if not the best big in high school basketball, has announced his 5 official visits, Cart. We've done some updates on Malachi. There's a lot of schools that were after him. I think the last time he talked, he had a list of 8. I don't believe he's eliminated schools that are not on his official visit list, but obviously a good sign for these 5 schools that you are getting an official visit, and Malachi Moreno is prioritizing a trip to your campus. The 5 schools are Indiana, Kentucky, Arkansas, North Carolina, and Ohio State. He spoke about each school as well. We can speak to some of that in a minute, but what's your initial impression of Indiana, Arkansas, Kentucky, North Carolina, Ohio State getting the 5 visits for Malachi?
Uh, to be honest, it's nothing too confusing in my opinion. It all makes pretty good sense to me having Arkansas because of Cal's relationship, Kentucky, him being from there, Indiana, I think has a sell. UNC does as well. Like Malachi Moreno, I don't even know how to actually explain it. It's called a gut feeling. He has also the look of a UNC big. So this all really much makes sense to me. He could obviously he's probably gonna visit Indiana with his teammates, his AAU teammates, I'm guessing. So all these schools make sense to me. I'm not surprised by any of them.
Yeah, I think Kentucky was a guarantee. Indiana was a guarantee. I think Arkansas was a guarantee with Cal. Carolina and Ohio State, I think, like, are not surprising to me, but just kind of like, oh, okay, they got the nod over some other schools that I thought could. Ohio State is maybe the one true surprise. He talked about his relationship with Jake Diebler and the way he's felt prioritized since Diebler got the head coaching job. Do you think Ohio State's a real player here, or could we like cut this list of 5 to like 2 or 3?
I would cut it to 2 or 3 to be honest with you, but I do give credit to Jake Diebler. Like I feel like we don't give enough credit to Jake Diebler, like the recruiter.
Yeah, I think you're right
Uh,
there.
and I think he's shown transfer portal wise and his time just he's part of those coaching staffs that recruits these good guys to Ohio State. So I give him credit for that.
Facts. Would you cut this list to 2 or 3?
I would cut it to I cut it to 4.
Just cut Ohio State.
If I had to cut it to 3, I would cut UNC.
So So in the same breath as we got to give Jake Diebler more credit, you immediately cut Ohio State.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So he talked about all these schools, and the Arkansas thing is like Cal Perry. He loves Cal, and there's a serious chance he wants to go play there. Kentucky, like Mark Pope's doing a great job. It's Kentucky, and they've done a great job continuing that relationship. Uh, Indiana is the one that jumped out as like there was something unique here that he spoke about. And he said literally, they're telling us they want us to be their dream class. And that dream class is the 3 big names that are all on the same team right now: Braylon Mullins, Trent Sisley, and Malachi Moreno. They are visiting together. I don't remember when it is, but it's later this summer, I believe, or once football season is here.
September 20th.
So there you go. Love that you know that, unless you just made that up and I bought it. But
No,
uh,
no, it's September 20th.
so these 3, we have known they're friends. They're taking visits together. Indiana's lined this up perfectly. But for the first time to hear one of them like say, like, yeah, they're telling us we're their dream class. That would scare me if I'm Kentucky or Arkansas on this list. Like, with the momentum and the money that Indiana has right now, if they go out and get Mullins, Sisley, and Moreno together, that would be like a pivotal turn in the Big Ten for the next 4 years.
Yeah, 100%. That's why Big Ten fans should be praying on Indiana's downfall this year and that Woodson goes away because that might hurt them. Even if Woodson goes away, the Bloomington Bucks are still going to cash. The checks still will cash. But I mean, Indiana has a great sell. They literally just took a lankier, tall, big, athletic big and Khalil Ware and made him a first round draft pick after he tanked his draft stock. So they have a sell to him. And also it seems like the Indiana elite, they got a little cult thing going on in an endearing way. Like I think they really want to play together. That makes a lot of sense. Indiana would scare me. I've always come on here when we talked about Malachi and said it's going to be Kentucky. I feel less good about that now.
Yeah, I mean, I still think Kentucky's very much in it. I think it's still Kentucky or Indiana with Arkansas as a third option. But do you think Like, is Matt Painter telling Mullins, Sisley, Moreno that they're his dream class? Probably not, right?
Is Purdue even recruiting Moreno?
Well, Matt Painter would never make promises, so he can't promise them that they're his dream. He doesn't know what dream he's going to have.
Yeah.
Um,
Big man, you
I
got. I think all you guys suck. All three of you. All three of you could suck together if you want to.
Here's the path for me for this to actually happen for Indiana. And I've never considered the fact they could actually get all three of these guys. I thought like maybe they'll get one, maybe they'll get two, but not all three. Here's my official pitch on how this happens. They need one of them to commit early, and they need a specific one. They need Malachi Moreno to commit to Indiana.
You think that's the one?
I think what they need is Malachi Moreno to commit to Indiana while Mullins is still doing his world tour. Because the next 6 months is the Braylon Mullins world tour. He's going to go visit every single campus on earth. And I mean, he could end up in Indiana. I know the family loves it there. But like, to me, he's got to get a strong pull from as many places as possible. To me, Indiana can get Moreno. They can go head to head with Kentucky and win. The earlier Moreno commits, the better. Moreno puts all the, not the pressure in the world, but just he's in these two kids' ear constantly. The best recruiter for Mullins and Sisley becomes Malachi Moreno. And I think there's a world. If Moreno did commit to Indiana in September, just say, hypothetically, I think there's a world where maybe Sisley follows shortly after. And then Sisley and Moreno are all in on Braylon Mullins as he does his world tour. And we see what happens.
All right, that makes sense. I are you in Hoosiers cahoots here?
I've owned candy stripes for 13 years, Carter. It's just about time that I finally want to wear them.
Okay.
Carter, you know what I love about you?
That I'm handsome?
You're reliable. I can count on you. Honestly, you remind me of Aaron Henry a little bit. Remember when, like, their back was against the wall, nothing was going right, and man just showed up every day. He didn't make excuses. There were no problems. There were just solutions.
Sounds like me.
That's you. And it also reminds me of Duncan Mechanical Solutions, because if you're looking for quality furnace repair, look no further than the heating and air experts that you can trust. Comfort and quality are their standard. They're an HVAC company that serves Northeast Indiana and Southern Michigan, whether it's heating and air conditioning, plumbing, kitchen and bath remodeling, or emergency services when you need them most. Duncan Mechanical Solutions has reliable service that you can count on. Cart, remember when your basement almost exploded?
I remember when my basement almost exploded. I remember when my furnace itself was acting funny. I remember when my AC was acting funny. I wish I had Duncan in my back pocket. I wouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been anywhere in northern Indiana or southern Michigan that hasn't been perfectly cool or perfectly warm, depending on when the day called for. And that's because of Duncan Mechanical Solutions. They are the presenting sponsor for the month of July. Shout out to Duncan Mechanical Solutions. Go to duncanmechanicalsolutions.com to learn more.